Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESL One Frankfurt for the pre-show here. 30 minutes away from our first match in the quarterfinals. I'm Paul Radar-Channel, alongside me is the one and only Statman himself. It's Bruno. How you doing?
I'm doing great. This stadium is fantastic. People are still coming. I cannot wait until I see it full. Look at that. Just listen to this.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. And they're even chanting Bruno already. We haven't even started.
Wow.
GG.
That's because they haven't seen you yet.
Ha. Yeah, wait till you see the jackets, because trust me on this, jacket-wise, Bruno would usually one-up me, but today, I got this.
We'll see,
I got this. So, it's going to be awesome. There's still people coming in as well, so hopefully we're going to get them in the next 29 minutes, as you can see. We're 29 minutes before our first quarter-final between IG and Mouse. We're going to take that opportunity to talk a little bit about the teams. And, I mean, team-wise, fantastic 8 teams that we've got here. Which one stands out the most for you?
Amazing. It's really hard to choose, but then we have, for example, wow. Hello, people. I say you look really good.
Thanks, buddy. I like your style, too.
I know, it's very you.
Yeah. Well, this is very you.
I know, yeah. I chose that. But yeah, it's really hard to choose between the teams. Some people say IG comes here as the strongest, but then we have Navi, which are the perennial champions of pretty much everything. Alliance, CG, just like so many, I lost count.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting as well. The crowd obviously going to play their part.
You obviously noticed that already.
Yeah, they're going to make a lot of noise for their teams, and who knows what sort of impact they're going to have. What's going through the players' minds right now? They're backstage, they're warming up, they're getting ready to come out. What are they thinking?
I mean, just think about these guys. They are used to playing in their bedrooms, just like no interruptions, just their headsets, moms coming in. Do you want something, dear? And now it's not that. They have a huge crowd of over 10,000 people probably are here. It's just something crazy for them. But when they get into the game, they forget about everything and they just go into full Dota mode.
Right, okay. Well, we've got a number of people to introduce you to in the pre-show, one of which is the wonderful, the sexy Sean Charles, who's with one of the main men who created ESL One. It's Mr. James Lainin.
They say that behind every strong man there is an even stronger woman. And I would say that in the event world, that's probably to the max and more. How do you feel getting ready for today?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a strong woman behind this product, but you know, I'm part of a team that's been working for a long time trying to put this together, and it's been really crazy. It's been a lot of fun. We're super excited. I mean, there's over 10,000 people going to be here today. It's new territory for us, and you know, we've been doing these events for a long time, and putting a lot of people in a gaming event is not something new, but to do it for one specific game and to have only 8 teams, 8 of the best. That fans can come and celebrate Dota 2 with us is really amazing. So we're super excited.
Now, you mentioned 2 points there that absolutely, without any doubt, record-breaking number. First time in Europe, the 10,000 fans coming here to see Dota 2. And, of course, those 8 phenomenal teams, arguably the best in the world. Did you have any inclination that was going to be the result of an event like this?
I mean, we had some expectations, and one of the things we knew really early on is, we don't want to be the guys that are solving the question of who is the best team in the world. What we want to do is we want to celebrate Dota, and we want to create amazing fan experiences. And that's what we're going to do here today is, put on an amazing show with some of the best teams, and hopefully we have an amazing time. Our goal is, we see over 10,000 people here today, but, what are we going to see on our next event, which we're already talking about? What are we going to see the next time we come back to Frankfurt? And what we see every event is that the numbers get bigger and bigger each time you do it. So we're super excited for the future. Yeah.
Very excited, celebrating Dota, being part of history. Stick around, it's going to get awesome.
Yeah, very interesting. James Lainin, if you see him about, by the way, give him a bit of a slap on the back, because he's done a great job for the last few months setting all of this up and making sure that we can deliver a fine experience of Dota 2. It's come a long way, hasn't it, Bruno?
I mean,
esports, Dota 2?
It's incredible. I mean, of course, you know more about esports because we've been here since forever.
But 130 years.
I thought it was 131. Congratulations, it's a round number. Dota 2, actually, if you look back just after TI1, which was a big event, it was all online tournaments. Just nothing on LAN, and then, of course, like some LAN start appearing, but nothing of the size of these.
Yep.
How far we come here. I remember when I was a young kid, I would go to see Aerosmith and Bon Jovi. And you probably watched like the Beatles and Sex Pistols.
The Rolling Stones.
That's true as well.
Yep, primal screen.
But now we can watch some Dota here in the stadium. How good is that?
The old jokes are coming in already. I expected them much earlier, though. James Harding didn't do his training very well with Bruno, it seems. We are in a fantastic World Cup stadium, 51,000-seater stadium. This place actually was built in 1925, believe it or not, but they have changed a little bit over the years. It also hosted the World Cup in 1974 and again recently in 2006. In fact, almost 8 years ago to the day, Bruno, England played in the World Cup in this stadium.
How well did they do?
They won.
Wow. Against whom? Got you there. You
Paraguay.
Nice. I like that.
Argentina also played in this stadium 8 years ago.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
And what was the score?
It was pretty bad.
It was 0-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the only time we've ever found in history where England actually beats Argentina in the World Cup. What do you know?
Yeah.
And
well, you were due.
Incidentally, he also has a hand of God today. Show them. We'll talk about that a lot later on and tell you exactly how that happened, because the story's been already spinning out there.
It's a great story.
Yeah. We also have another member of our broadcast crew who's waiting for us backstage. He's actually in the green room, which has nothing to do with the colour green. I'll explain a bit later. But here's Zoe.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I'm standing in the green room. This is the room where the players are going to chill out and relax in between the games. And of course, I won't let them relax because I'm going to grab them as well as VIPs, managers, coaches, and of course, you lovely audience for interviews to pick the minds and pick the brains of everyone attending this event. So it's going to be great. It's going to be really interesting. And I'm really looking forward to interview pretty much everyone who's here throughout the next 2 days. And I hope so do you guys. So I hand it back to you.
Thanks very much, Zoe. Yeah, she's literally going to be like a roving reporter.
Yeah.
She's going to be all over the place.
She's been training, running, like sprinting,
Right.
just because she has to be around. I was going with her, didn't go well. But
Yeah, so let's talk about running, Bruno.
Yes. It's an interesting thing, very healthy,
Yeah.
until it's not.
Yeah.
You have to keep your balance. That's the important part.
Right.
Yeah.
And so explain to the viewers and the people here in the crowd, how did you hurt your hand?
Well, there was this bear, and he was going to kill Paul. I jumped in front of him. I was like, "Stop, bear!" And he actually scratched my hand, but then he was scared because I wasn't. And Paul got away safely, and we got him here with us today.
Yeah, that's it's not how I remember it, but thanks.
Yeah. I always have it in my heart.
It was quite funny last night, actually, because the escalation of you cutting your hand open went from you cutting your hand open to he's had to go to hospital and have his arm amputated. And by the time you actually got back to the hotel, you'd lost all limbs.
Yes, and this is all cybernetic now.
Right, okay.
I feel like Luke Skywalker, and the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, there are so many things I could draw with the dress sense and what have you. It could almost be Michael Jackson. He played here, by the way.
If only I had a white glove. That would be so.
Damn. Well, there we go. More fun coming your way, of course. There's still plenty out there for the crowd to do as well. There's cosplay. There's also some secret shops as well. So
hope you find it, though,
yeah,
because it's pretty secret.
Is it pretty secret?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently it's pretty secret. So if you find it, make sure you tweet about it. And don't forget, #ESL One. We've seen lots of your photographs going up. We took a selfie earlier on. It was awful. I really did balls that up badly.
Yeah, but it went on the screen, so if you actually take a selfie, you might see yourself out there.
Yeah, okay.
It's a big screen as well.
All right, let's talk about the crowd now, because you guys out in the crowd are going to make some amazing moments even more amazing, because it's down to you to cheer and shout and scream at the top of your lungs when you see great plays and great players playing those plays. And I think they're going to have a real impact on this tournament. Let's find out from Sean.
So, a lot has been made about the fact that there's going to be 10,000 Dota fans, and they've been queuing up in their hundreds the entire morning. I'm joined by Stefan. Stefan, how are you doing?
Fine, very fine, yeah.
Are you excited to see Dota here in Frankfurt at this level?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have a favorite team?
Yeah, I'm a Navi fanboy.
So, is Navi for the win for you?
Of course.
But-
Obviously. Obviously. Dandy is gonna destroy.
Dandy's going to destroy. But of course, we're surrounded by lots of fans. Guys, are we all ready to watch some Dota today?
It's crazy out there. Absolutely crazy. It's crazy in here, isn't it? Kind of is. It's getting close now. 21 minutes away from our first quarter-final. IG versus Mousesport. It's nice to have a bit of homegrown talent as well. Mousesport's got a couple of German players.
It's a great way to start. I mean, Fatan past the German boys from here, going to get ready, and they have to face a really, really hard opponent, but I trust.
You didn't know, and we'll find out why later on.
Yeah.
Why did you not pick him?
Well, there are many reasons, but as you said, we'll find out later. Let's put a little bit of suspense in there.
Secret stage shop. thing going on now as well.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Of course, these guys are playing not only for a fantastic prize pool, but also for a stupendous trophy. And I really do mean this. This thing weighs more than 20 kilos. That's like 3 Zoes.
Don't try to lift it. You hurt your hand.
Look at that. That is the ESL One trophy right now.
Wow. Well, it shouldn't say Katowice.
No. It's been used once already. I should explain. We already have had one ESL One. It was back in Katowice.
Okay.
It was the very first one that we did. It was won by the Polish team on home ground, Virtus Pro.
I see.
Preshow
Wow,
actually,
it looks heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy, and
He looks buff. What happens if Faith wins and has to like lift this trophy? I think he's about 40 kilo.
right.
Will he be able to?
He may struggle.
Well, I mean, we have 5 players in Dota too, so maybe all together they
Might have to lift it up, but it's a glorious trophy and weighs an absolute 20 kilos, not a ton, but 20 kilos.
How much is that in American?
I think it's over 9,000.
That's a lot. Good trophy.
Good trophy.
Good tourney.
Full story.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to most?
I mean, it's all the matches today are really interesting. EG versus Navi will be a great way to close the show. But before we get there, we have Vici Gaming and Fnatic playing, and of course Cloud9 and Alliance. Which by this time it's a match that happens over and over and over. It's more and more exciting each time.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so teams are currently arriving, as you can see. Some are getting set up. Invictus on their way to the practice rooms, or out of the practice rooms rather, on their way to the main stage.
Yeah.
And some of the other teams are back there. We haven't got all of the teams here just yet. Some are chilling out back at the hotel and just getting themselves ready and in the mood, and they don't have to play until a little bit later on. What are they thinking right now, the other teams? Because it's almost easier in some ways for the teams playing first to come out and say, all right, okay, it's a big crowd, and all right, big stage, big screen. But they're out there, they're doing it. The others have got to watch all of this first and then come in and do it. Is that worse for them?
Well, at the same time, it's about like the first ones have the shock of like, okay, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know how the crowd is going to react. If you come second or third, you'll probably talk to the other teams like, well, how was that? Oh no, it's pretty amazing, and you just like go mentally prepared to it.
Yeah.
So they will have that advantage for them.
Do you think the Mouse Sports guys will draw anything from the fact the crowd might just get behind them a little bit more, thanks to being a German clan, German team, a couple of German players?
Well, it's really up to the crowd, right? Like if they're loud enough, I mean, I'm sure they will be able to get some energy from that as well. And we were talking about that before. It's like with the stadium this size, it's going to be impossible for players not to hear anything.
Yeah.
So they will have to actually use that in their advantage. Do you think that?
No, absolutely. I mean, I've never played in a stadium this big. I mean, it's just...
Maybe we should sub in.
We've been talking about having a Veterans League. YFF, he's like 27, so
I'm
he
29,
can
so I'm good.
You're 29. Mount's like 37 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
He's not listening right now. But yeah, I think we could probably do that.
Yeah.
We also, of course, have plenty of action. It's not just today and not just tomorrow. There's still plenty of action throughout the year, of course, in Dota 2. There is a little thing you might have seen. It's got some money in it, prize pool. It might be called the International. But this weekend, we're going to concentrate on ESL One. Today, Saturday, all 4 quarterfinals. We're going to start with Invictus versus Mouse Sports, move on to Vici Gaming versus Fnatic, Alliance versus Cloud9, Navi versus EG will finish off the night. Bruno's particularly excited about that one.
Oh, yeah.
And on Sunday, both semi-finals and a best-of-5 grand final. I hope you're going to be with us throughout the weekend, whether you're joining us on live from wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us. We are just a few minutes away now from our first quarter-final, but just trying to give you a bit of flavour of what's going on here in Frankfurt at the Commerzbank Arena. Bruno?
Yes.
Thoughts on the big teams? Now, there are 8 great teams here, but let's just separate them out a little bit. We've got EG, who come here on the crest of a wave. They've been playing really well, apart from maybe a little blip at Dream League, but they've been playing really well. Massive 75% win rate in 6-9-1. And then you've got Fnatic as well, playing with a stand-in who seems to be incredible. 16 years of age. And I actually remember, I can't remember that it was NoTail tweeted the other day. He said, I love playing with this guy. I can feed as much as I like, and this guy still carries us.
Yeah, that's what he does, right? But yeah, you can't forget about Alliance. You were talking about the blip on Dream League, but Alliance, they came pretty much out of the radar, and then it came to Dream League and won everything. And Navi, these are the hungriest team right now, right here. They have to win coming into the international. ESL One is the tournament they want. they crave for that, and I mean, they're going to try to take it with all their strength.
Okay, I talked a little bit about prize money. Let's take a look at how the prize money is going to break down this weekend. Thank you to everyone as well out there that have bought compendiums and put your money where your mouth is. You have donated and put your money in, and it resulted in this. First place will receive $80,898. 20,000 of that coming from the community, 40,000 second, 20,000 for third and fourth, and 10,000 just for turning up. It's extraordinary money, Bruno, and it's continuing to happen. I know we've got the international and all the talk is about how much money, but even the other tournaments around it throughout the year, it's starting to become a really sustainable system and an ecosystem for professional players.
I mean, how many? There are quite a few teams that made more than $50,000-$60,000 each year, like more than 10, I would say. So going back from your first LAN, how much did you win in your first win at LAN?
I think it was £25.
Yeah, I think these guys get a little bit more than 25.
Yeah,
so
I think they do.
We're growing.
We are definitely growing.
Esports.
Yeah, esports, man. 2014. So we are not too far away now from our quarterfinal, as you said, around about 13, 14 minutes time. Just finally, Bruno, before we go to a break.
Yes.
I don't want to, I don't want to put you under the spot too much, but who's winning?
You never could with that jacket, anyways.
Who's winning it?
You really asking me that question?
I really went there.
The brain says IG.
Oh,
The heart says Navi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder what the crowd think about that. That's, no, I was going to do the whole, let's go through 8 teams and see how many teams we can get.
Too many teams.
But yeah, we know who the favourites are. Obviously, the 6 teams that qualified through are going up against 2 that were invited here. Navi and Alliance, of course, they're the ones that have the story. But I'm really thrilled about the fact that we also have all 3 international winners right here in Frankfurt. We'll raise the roof very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from the quarterfinals. Stay with us for ESL One Frankfurt quarterfinals.